All right, let's get you some developments of the broadcast, because despite global challenges and slowdown, India remains an undeniable bright spot when it comes to economy, and the latest GDP numbers bear testimony to the same. In fact, surpassing all estimates, India's GDP grew at 6.1% in the last quarter of the previous fiscal. The overall growth for the financial year 2022 to 23 has also been pegged at 7.2%, which is again much higher than the estimated GDP growth. Now contrast this with the growth projections made by the IMF and the World Bank. While the IMF estimated that the Indian economy will grow at 5.9%, the World Bank had lowered India's growth forecast to 6.3%. Now experts have hailed the new GDP numbers, calling it impressive, especially as it comes in the wake of global challenges to economic growth.
GDP of 6.1% is very, very encouraging, considering the fact that the global economy is right now facing headwinds. We look at some of the most developed economies around the world. In this situation, I think if India posting numbers of 6.1 GDP is extremely encouraging. I think every citizen of the country should feel proud of the fact that they are part of an economy which is now world's 5th largest, which is also the fastest growing economy. A lot of sectors have contributed to this growth. I think no sector has been left behind.
It's very encouraging that our estimation is that we are going to have 7.2% plus GDP growth rate in this financial year. As far as the growth is concerned, it will be driven by the consumption because we have huge demand. There is no problem with the consumption. Supply side is also being maintained. So capital formation is also good. We have major role to play in this case, and that is the trade, hotel, transport, communication. So we have so many problems and difficulties in the geopolitical situations, but at least we are going very well, and I am sure that we are going to have very good growth in the GDP rate, and it's going to be more than 7.2%.
Now, coincidentally, the GDP numbers came on the same day when the Morgan Stanley gave a big thumbs up to the Modi-nomics. The transformation report produced by Morgan Stanley underscored that India of today is different than it was in 2013. It said that in just a decade, India has gained position in the world order and has become a key driver for Asia and global growth. The report also listed 10 big changes brought about by the Modi government since 2014, which includes bringing corporate tax at par with peers and infrastructure investment picking pace. Also, the report said that rising collection of GST and the rising share of digital transactions indicate the formalization of the economy. So the BJP also hailed the GDP numbers, calling it a result of decisive actions taken and reforms brought by the government over the last 9 years. They boasted that given the trend, India was on course to become the 3rd largest economy of the world in a couple of years.
हम अर्थव्यवस्था के दृष्टि से 11वीं पोजीशन में थे, 11th पोजीशन। आज हम दुनिया का 5वीं सबसे बड़ा अर्थशक्ति बन के उभरे हैं, और अगले 2-3 साल के अंदर में हम दुनिया का 3रा सबसे बड़ा इकोनॉमी बनने जा रहे हैं। तो निर्णायक फैसला और निर्णायक कदम उठाए गए हैं, उसके वजह से जो रिफॉर्म हुआ है, जिसके वजह से ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ है इकोनॉमी में, इसलिए हम आज दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा इकोनॉमी में से एक बन गया है।
But despite the numbers saying that India was well on course of economic revival, the opposition Congress continues to raise questions and remain in denial. They have dismissed the new GDP numbers as manipulated, saying that the situation on ground was altogether different.
Though the GDP is on increasing side, however, looking at unemployment, inflation, it seems that this data is completely manipulated. When there is no relief to the people, inflation is still on high side, and unemployment situation is the same. That means, what does it show? That this GDP is nothing to do with the common people, and nothing to do with the unemployed youth.